Welcome to the Chat and Chew. I'm your girl, Miss Ebony.
I'm your girl, Tisha.
And I'm your girl, Special K.
We had to pause for the calls and think about our Thank you for joining us today. While you are here, you are over on YouTube. We need you to make sure that you are subscribed. Go ahead and like this episode in advance because you are going to like it. When you get through watching this episode today, go ahead and share this with your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, which is your colleagues, your enemies, your loved ones. Share us. Don't be selfish, okay? So, ladies, let's tell them what Chat and Chew is all about.
Well, it's a place where tasteful conversations happen.
Where we share our experiences of travel, entertainment, leisure, etc.
And we're going to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's jump into it. Welcome back. And so, as you can see, the review tonight will be on a restaurant out of Suffolk, Virginia called, what's the name of this restaurant, ladies?
A Taste of Everything?
Yes.
A Taste of Everything Soul Food.
Soul. Let's add that.
Soul.
Okay. Let's get into it.
All right, ladies. So I was absent for this one as well. We'll talk about that later.
I knew that was coming.
We'll talk about that.
Look, I co-host Tisha's trying to watch her figure, so she
right.
Last two reviews, and we're steady putting on past.
She doesn't look like she's going for it. She doesn't like she's going for it.
Okay. So, all right, ladies. So a taste of everything. So we know that it's in Suffolk, Virginia. So let's get into it. So the first things first, as always, the outside. How was it?
It reminded me, for those that have been in Newport News, it reminded me of Washington Avenue in downtown Newport News, where it might not be like the happening area now, but it used to be maybe. But there were like quite a few businesses around, some open, some not open anymore. The walk there was parking around. The walk there wasn't too bad. Actually, we went there, Tisha, to see. We went not there, but we were on that street when we went to. I think it was like a karaoke game night, something other, and we parked around the back. So the walking, isn't too bad. Or there's plenty of parking around and stuff.
Yeah. And so I would like to add, because if it's in that same neighborhood, we had actually went, it was like at night. And so I do want to add that it was just the two of us, but the parking lot, even though it was in the back, it was very well lit. It was it was a lot of people. So if it's just girls or you're by yourself, you should feel safe, because it's in a decent neighborhood, I think. I don't know the area. Okay, so you went inside. What did you see?
It's a small place, like a little mom and pop shop, maybe something like that. Not something where I don't even think there was probably like public restrooms, anything like that. As you saw in the picture, I think it might have been like 2 tables, and I wouldn't say they're necessarily eating tables, but like waiting tables while you're waiting on your food. The area inside is very small, so it's definitely not a hangout, girls' night, going to meet up. So I actually would suggest calling in ahead of time. So when you get there, you could just pick your food up, and go. And that's what we did. We did a takeout. So we didn't sit inside at all. We did a takeout.
Yeah. Okay. One of the things I want to mention too is the restaurant, like every restaurant, but they have limited hours, right? And so they're not open late. If you
Right.
saw the picture of the sign, they're only open a few days a week. I think maybe 4 out of 7, and it's
Oh
like
wow.
12
It's
to
like 12
6.
to 6, something like
Yeah,
that.
Saturdays they're closed. They're probably doing. I'm just assuming they may be doing catering events. Being that it is a soul food restaurant.
Yeah, probably.
And then Sundays, they're open from 1 to 6. So it does give you enough time that when church is over, you
Right.
go by there, pick up your
Right.
dinner, and that's probably the crowd that they're used to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you don't even have to worry about that late night crowd or even that early
Mhm.
morning because they're not open during those times.
Okay.
'Cause
So
it was on a Sunday when we went to do the tech. It was a Sunday, and it was definitely your after church crowd
Yeah.
Okay.
coming through. And the majority of them, they called ahead of time. So they just came in, picked their food up, and left.
Okay. So I have two questions. The first question is, how did you hear about this place? Like, how did you find them?
Oh, I think I found the place on Facebook.
Yeah, Ebony found it.
Yeah, I found the place on Facebook. Someone had put up a post about the place and their prices. So that's what really attracted us to the place because we hadn't seen pictures. We knew it was soul food. We knew it was Sunday. And if you are familiar with going to a soul food restaurant, the average soul food restaurant is not open on Sundays.
Right.
Not in the 757 area. They usually close on Sundays and Mondays. So that really shocked us. And then the prices were very reasonable. If you got a chance to check out the menu, if you didn't, rewind back once this is over. But the price is $12.95, $13.95, $10.95. The kids meal was even cheap,
Yeah, I think the kids meal was like 5 something, 6 something. Yeah.
They really had good prices.
Okay.
And it was the young lady's birthday. Remember that? It was the owner's birthday.
Okay.
And she was like, it's my birthday. Y'all come out and support, say happy birthday to me. So it was like, oh, okay, we'll go over, say happy birthday, whatever, just to support. It was Black owned. So, we wanted to go and support.
So the second question is, you said that a lot of the other customers had called in ahead of time to get their food. So did you guys call ahead, or were you fresh off the street, walked in, got
Yeah, we walked in and got it. Yeah.
Okay. So how long was your wait?
The wait wasn't too bad, especially for the amount of business that they had, coming in and out. It wasn't too bad at all.
Okay.
And
I was actually surprised because I've gone to some soul food restaurants and you do that walk in or whatever, and it is a wait. It's a long wait.
Yeah. We gotta say the wait wasn't too bad at all because when you start ordering foods like fried chicken, we had fried chicken and fried fish. You already know that's cooking fresh. You know what I mean? So that alone, you could be waiting 45 minutes to an hour at a soul food restaurant. You just prepared to wait that long, but no, it wasn't long. Yeah.
Right. So the menu selection. Now we know like a lot of the soul food restaurants, they're kind of like limited as far as like what you're able to get. It's kind of like the same old, same old. Each restaurant just a different name. So what about the menu selections, the variety?
I think it pretty much followed your typical soul food, restaurant. They might have thrown in it might have had spaghetti or something other up there, something like that. But it was your typical rib, chicken, fish, pork chop, meatloaf, kind of that thing. Collard greens, mac and cheese, yams, potato salad as far as your side items. So it was your typical.
All right. So customer service. What do you think?
Very nice young lady.
She was.
From the time you walked in the door, the hospitality was on point the entire time. Yeah.
All right. So, what y'all get? Let's get to it.
Well, first we got to get into the food.
Yeah, I said what you get.
Oh, I'm
what
sorry.
Did you order?
Listen, when you said what you get, I'm so glad I just cut it off.
She ready to grade them.
I'm going to grade them. Y'all know that this is a non-judgment zone as far as you judging us, right? Not us judging, because we judging what we ate,
right?
Okay, right. That's what we're here
for. But we're off limits.
We're off limits. So because I wanted to be able to like really, really get into this thing, I had some fish, I had some chicken. I taste my husband pork chop. I ordered him a pork chop meal. What sides did I get? I think I had cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Macaroni.
macaroni. I taste his rice and gravy.
Mm-hmm.
I might even had collards too. I really had some of everything.
You had
Yeah.
everything.
I just really wanted
Sacrifice.
to really get into this for our viewers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I had. Before I tell you what I think about the food, Keisha, Special K, I'll let you say, what did you have? Because
I had pretty much the same. I didn't have the fish, of course,
right.
but I did order it for somebody in my house because I wanted somebody to taste it and tell me what they thought. But we ordered so much too because we were ordering for the family,
Right.
and so we were getting like kids meals. So like a kids meal, you could get as like you saw in one of the pictures. It was
two
chicken
wings.
was 2 whole wings,
Yeah.
a side item, a roll, and I think it came with like some juice or something other. But it was like $5 and some change.
No, I think like it was like $5.95, so $6.
Yeah, it
But
wasn't bad. You know, that's not bad.
all.
You could get I think it was like somebody else had fish, a side item roll, you know, and it comes with a drink or whatever. I think that was like 5 something too, something like that. So I had like I said, pretty much the same. I had the pork chop, I did taste the chicken. My side items, I had some potato salad, I had mac and cheese, I tasted the green beans, I tasted the fried cabbage or something other, and I tasted the yams.
Okay.
And all of it, I know it sounds like a lot. It literally was just a taste because it was different people's orders.
So I want to thank y'all for sacrificing your figures for the mission.
Yeah.
Okay?
It wasn't that much of a sacrifice because it was a taste. It was a taste.
Well, we sacrificed our pockets because usually when we do these reviews, we're just ordering for us. But we actually wanted to support this owner, and we did order food. We didn't cook that day. We ordered food.
Yeah, it was a Sunday. Yeah. So we went and got food for everybody. Yeah.
So we're going to move ahead. And I'm going to say this, shade, no shade. I'm wondering how that food tastes because one of those pictures, it looked like no, y'all didn't order chitlin. So did it taste better than what it looked? Than how it looked?
Well, I'll let you go first, Special K.
Oh, dang.
Girl.
Talk about what did you like? Was it
yeah, you know, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the good, the bad, the ugly. So the good. The side items weren't bad.
Okay.
The mac and cheese, you know, that wasn't bad. The yams weren't bad. The green beans, they were pretty tasty. They weren't bad either. The potato salad tasted better than it looked because to me it looked a little loose. And also the good. That was a side of potato salad that I ordered.
Wow,
so that didn't come with my meal. Salad. Yeah, that didn't come with my meal. That was a side that I ordered. So your side, and even the portions, as you can see in the container, like they were nice size portions. You know what I mean? Like the mac and cheese coming out of its container, the yams coming out. So they were really nice portions for your price. You know what I mean? And even in the middle with the meat, that was pork chops and gravy. I think it was like 2 pork chops, you know, smothered in gravy or what have you. So that was good too.
Okay,
so my good was the side items.
Okay, so I really wasn't that crazy about that fried cabbage.
Yeah, I didn't like the fried cabbage.
I really wasn't crazy about the cabbage at all. Go ahead.
So the green beans, did it have like any meat? Because I'm trying to hook up the vegetarian who might be watching. Was it meat in the?
No, I don't remember because it wasn't my side. Somebody else ordered, and I just got like 2 of her beans or something other. Just just enough to get a little taste of it or whatever. I didn't order the green beans.
Okay. Well, I taste the green beans, and I didn't see meat, but a soul food restaurant, I'm gonna assume they cook with some type of meat, though.
Yeah.
One of the things that I do want to say is usually, okay, so we can be hard on food, right? Because you want, we know good food, right? Usually when I go to a soul food restaurant, it's usually all the meats that are good, and I'm disappointed with the side items. But on this particular trip, the side items were decent, what I mean? But the meat, the chicken tastes decent. I will say the chicken was the chicken. That fish, no. I remember I had fish, and our mom had fish, and I believe it was a little scaly. You can smell.
No, that's the thing. I was like, oh, scaly.
You can still smell the fish. It was scaly. And let's just get right into it. So I ordered pork chop for my husband, and when I looked at it, it didn't look good. But that means nothing, right?
Right.
So I cut up. I asked him how did it taste. I don't even think he said anything, and it must to be really like no shade, but we're gonna give you the truth. I knew it could have been all that because it was sitting on his table.
Dang.
The meal. And I think he had ate the sides. And so I went on to cut it and ate it. And I was not crazy about that pork chop at all. I was not crazy about that homemade gravy at all. At all. Go ahead, Special K.
That gravy, I don't know. So my daughter ordered it, right? So she was like, Mom, I eat mine on the way home. So we ride and we on our way home. And she was like, this tastes a little funny. So I'm like, tastes funny? And she was like, yeah, I don't know what it is. She was like, taste it. So let me tell you, they had pork chop and they also have turkey chop, right? So I said, well, does it taste like pork? You know, like, did they accidentally give you maybe a turkey chop? And she was like, I don't know. She was like, I don't know what it is, but it tastes funny. So I tasted it and I was like, what is... So I was like, well, maybe let's try it without the gravy. Maybe it's the gravy. So I tried the gravy. Gravy was horrible. Gravy was horrible. So then I tried the pork chop, and I was like, it tastes like pork. I don't think it was a turkey chop, but it was not good at all. Like it had some kind of funny taste, and I was like, okay, so yeah, I'm not eating that. No. I was too afraid of the after effects.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta agree. I had took the gravy was very thick, and I like thick homemade gravy. Yeah. I was like, you know what? It's this gravy. I kept blaming the gravy, so I scraped that gravy out and just ate the pork chop. No. I don't know what was going on with that pork chop, so I'm not gonna throw too many adjectives out there. Besides, it was
nasty.
Right. It was, and like I said, I don't know what it was to pinpoint, but it was not right.
Look, that's my action. It was distasteful.
Right, okay. Very.
And I'm ready to get my grade.
All right, ladies. Here we go.
Now listen, we told you all when we during the premiere of this show. In fact, we told our viewers at the brunch that we had that we were going to keep it all the way real. We're not out here to shut anyone's business down. So before we even give our grades, these are our personal opinions.
Right, our personal.
We are not food experts. We don't proclaim to be food experts. These are just our personal opinions where we told you all we will give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? I'm going to give this restaurant a D+. The reason why I'm giving it a D+ is because the hospitality was on point. I know y'all like, what? The hospitality was on point, okay? The side items I could eat by themselves. You know what I mean? My chicken was okay, but I can make my own. I mean, if I went again, it would be chicken. You know what I mean? I said at first that I would not return to this establishment because I was disappointed, soul food, but I would give them another chance. And I'm going to say this. The reason why I would give them another chance if I was in the area, I'm not driving always, right, is because one of the things I noticed with soul food restaurants, for all of our soul food restaurant owners, is the inconsistency. Like the food never tastes the same. It's like if you go on Monday and get that macaroni, I could tell you all, and you ladies could go on Tuesday and it's a different cook. It's something. Right. So if they could get their recipes together, then it probably, because I'm sure that restaurant is popular. It was a lot of people on that Facebook thread, like, yeah. So maybe we went on a bad day. Okay. But for me today, I have to be honest, and I would give it a D+. Go ahead, Special.
I would probably do along the same lines a D. And I think for me, it's like to not be sure if my food is fresh or not. Like it's really borderline F. Like, am I gonna go home and which end is this coming out of? You know what I'm saying?
All the way around.
You like for real. Like, so I did not eat it because I was really scared of like, is this any good? Like, it didn't have like a bad smell that you could tell right off, but like, is it on its way out? It just was not right. You know what I'm saying? It just was not right. And then like she said, the side items weren't bad, but they were pretty decent. But I would rather, me personally, I would rather get my meats from you and do my own side than cook my meat and get my sides from you. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do my own side items. The chicken was okay, but I went all the way to Suffolk. I'm in Newport News. I'm not coming to Suffolk for okay chicken. You know what I mean? So like, if I'm going to travel that far and pay, I'm going to need something that is as good as mine. I mean, because I might as well just buy my own food and cook it at home, you know. And then, like I don't do seafood, so I got fish, and my mom tasted it, and she said, "Is he like scaly?" I was like, "Scaly? What do you mean scaly? Like they don't clean that? Like what did?" So that was a big no, for me too. And like Ebony said, soul food restaurants, they are very inconsistent. They probably are the most inconsistent for real of anybody. And it's like, I don't know if they need to take their stuff and freeze it so the next person come in, the next cook, like just take that macaroni and cheese and put it in the oven. Like we used to do that all the time at KFC. It came frozen. We didn't have to whip up a new, you know what I'm saying?
That's what Miss Robbie started off doing. What is it? Sweet peas? I can't think of the name.
Yeah, because it is, and that's a big turnoff. That's like, what am I do? Like, what day? Well, okay, who cooked this today? Okay, so what's the next day you work? I'm coming back on that day. Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if I would go back. Even if I was in the area, you know, because that just really scared me. That just, you know, I was scared for my body. That was just really.
But you know what? I'll say this: if the owners was to catch this episode and they was to say like, give us another chance, I would, you know what I mean? Because I feel like the whole purpose of this show is so other people won't waste their money, but at the same time, giving like everybody needs feedback. You know what I mean? I like to give my feedback here on our platform. I'm not going to go on Google and give a bad review. I'm not
right, definitely not. Yeah, because they had good points. You know what I'm saying? They did. They had good points. They had like while we were there, just about everybody and their mama that came through wanted ribs. And she was out of them that day. So maybe go back and try ribs because everybody came through wanting ribs. So maybe they're good. You know what I mean? But yeah. So maybe I'll give her another chance, but I'm not driving. Somebody else gonna have to drive. We're gonna use their gas. We're gonna have to y'all bring me mine back next time.
Look, they put all their love and passion in those ribs.
Right, in the ribs.
It wasn't equal love for all of the meat.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Well, but listen, stay right there. We hope you all have enjoyed that part of our segment 1. Stay tuned. We're going to jump to this quick commercial. Of course, you know, we love community give backs. This one right here, shout out to Friendship Lottery, who have their, in fact, shout out to Friendship Lottery and shout out to their youth ambassadors and their youth director who has this awesome give back that they're doing. So stay tuned and check this out. We'll be right back.
Well, the youth director of the Friendship Lottery.
And I'm Lyric, the youth ambassador.
And we're kicking off our first Save Our Boys, Save Our Girls Missing program kickoff again. We're teaming up with the Heart of the Youth, and we'll be donating 150 care packages to the homeless community and giving them away on December 23rd at the Fort Oak State Center in Newport News.
Like we said, 150 care packages is our goal. And that task is simple. All you need to do is donate $20. $20 equals 1 care package. That can be donated via Cash App, Zelle, or you can go online to our website that can be posted on the flyer for more information.
We're excited about this give back, and what better time to give back during Christmas and the holidays. So please, if you find it in your heart to be a blessing, you can do that by donating a $20 donation, which equals 1 care package.
So be a blessing this holiday season, and let's give back to our community. Thank you.
Welcome back, you all. Just to reiterate on the commercials that you just saw, the information for Friendship Lottery. I know it was low on my end, so I don't know if it was low, recorded low as well for you guys. But Friendship Lottery, they have a new entity that they're starting with Save Our Boys, Save Our Girls. And so the 2 young ladies that you saw were the youth ambassadors. The one with the longer hair is actually the co-founder. It's her and her father that founded the organization, the nonprofit, the Friendship Lottery. So one of the things they do a lot of give back. They've done, I want to say over $100,000, if I'm not mistaken, Ebony.
Yeah.
In a matter of 3 years, something like that, maybe. All donations, no grants or anything yet.
Wow.
Everything is funds coming in, funds the members have given or they've collected from the community. So now they're doing a thing where they're giving back and they're making care packages. The goal is 150 care packages. $20 sponsors one care package. And in that care package is going to be goodies and things for the homeless and less fortunate. And then we're going to also give them a gift card that they can use. So any donation, if 20, you can do that. I know it's the holiday season. It's December. We just came out of Thanksgiving in November, ready to go into the new year. So if you can't do 20, we understand. We appreciate any donations. We take any donations, but if you do at least 20, it does cover at least one care package. And I don't know if the internet, the Cash App is running down the bottom, is $, the Friendship Lot, LOTT, Inc., INC. And any donations would be greatly appreciated. Great organization.
Amazing.
Thank you for that, Special K. Yes, we are challenging all of our viewers,
Yes.
like I said, to, if you can do the $20, do it. If not, team up with your household. You know, get with you and your spouse, your partner, your children, or a relative, even a friend, and say, "Look, girl, I got 10, you got 10."
Right, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
every donation, no matter how big or small it is, will help. Okay.
Absolutely.
And when I gave my 20, I gave it so excited. I was so excited because that could be me. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
And, like, you could be asking me for $1,000. You know what I mean? So I greatly gave mine. I'm going to donate again. I don't know if you all had an opportunity to see, but that is until December the 23rd. Okay. And that's when they're going to distribute these items to the unfortunate and the homeless.
That's amazing.
And to kind of piggyback on what Ebony was saying as far as like donation. Sometimes when we put a dollar amount on it, people get discouraged. I don't have 20, so they don't give anything. You know what I mean? Or they say I have more than 20, but all they're asking for is 20, so they just give the 20. You know what I mean? So if you can do more than 20, then do that. And if you can't do a whole 20, just do what you can. But if everybody do something.
Yeah, sound good.
Yeah.
What you got for us today, Tisha?
Woo!
So this part of this segment, again, if you are just now joining us, which you should have, if you're just now joining us, because this is not a live broadcast, that means you skipped through the first part of the show. Okay? But if you haven't,
you just clicked on in the middle.
If you haven't already, while you're watching right now, click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Okay. What you got for us today?
Share.
Yes. All right. So our last video, we were talking about bad dates, and the conversation, like, it could to like the after show, like when the camera was off and we started recording, and we just kept going. So there was so much that we had to talk about that wasn't included into the first show. So we just said, hey, let's do a continuance, a spillover. And things that we noticed, tips, not tips, do's and don'ts. Of dating. So start the conversation off.
Okay, I'll go first. I have a suggestion for my fellas, right? See, y'all ladies, I love y'all. Y'all probably thought I was gonna start with y'all, but I'm gonna start off with the fellas, okay?
Okay.
Fellas, just a small suggestion, but it's probably it's big if you just listen. Miss Ebony wants to suggest checking your bank account before you get to your date. Okay, the location of your date. Checking your bank account to make sure the funds are there so you don't embarrass yourself or embarrass the one that you're on a date with, right? Because the purpose of the first date is hopefully you make it the second date. So I just want to look at y'all. What you got, Special K?
Piggybacking on the date and checking your funds. I'm a very upfront person. So I say have a conversation about who's paying for that date. Some
Definitely.
people say, well, you suggested, so you paying. What
Right.
I don't know how y'all do it, but at the end of the day, when we get there, we should know who is picking
Right.
up this tab. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Because don't go to say a Rue Chris somewhere, right? And you
Mhm.
thinking like, oh, he got it, he invited me, da da da. And then you call and you texting like, sis, can you cash out me $50? Sis, can you wash dishes? Like y'all
Right.
should have talked about
Right.
before you order this steak that you have no money for. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
I say make sure and it's okay, and even if you're going Dutch, if that's what y'all want to do, just like make that known, you know.
Right. So I would say, so piggybacking the piggyback of so I would say this. So it's a couple. So like for example, if financially, right, you're not in a good spot. Like let's just say, like, be real. Like I just paid my rent. I just paid my mortgage.
Right.
I'm grown. I done, but you still want to go out on a date, right? If you are creative, there are so many things that you can
Yes, absolutely.
do not cost
Mm-hmm.
anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, men, women, this isn't just, so be creative, right?
I like
And
that.
to me, honestly, those creative dates, they take more thought. And to me, they mean a
Yeah.
lot more
Yeah.
than took me to a nice restaurant. You spent your money, but
Mhm.
like lacking, because for me, the experience
Mm-hmm.
is key, right? So
Mhm.
there is a workaround if
Mhm.
your finances aren't, where you feel they ought to be. It's okay, we've all been there. But so I feel that, like,
I like that.
I feel like if you're going to date,
Mhm.
right? I feel that we need to be honest with ourselves.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
With the
Start there.
With self, with
Don't lie to you.
the body, okay? And if your finances,
Mhm.
right, aren't, and I'm gonna give you an example, because
This is coming from the heart. I don't know if y'all can tell. I'm feeling the heart. I'm feeling
it
this.
too. I'm feeling it right here.
I'm
so
going to go check my bank account right now before I go to the movies.
listen, okay. So the situation was, this young man, very creative with dates, and I was like, oh, like I like, no. Okay. So fast forward, and I was like, he was at work, like we hadn't met each other, like, like in person, and
Okay.
just talking on the phone, just planning stuff. So I was at work one day and we were talking, right? And so he was like, I'm hungry. And I didn't want to, go ahead and, eat my lunch because it's not my lunchtime.
Okay.
So, excuse my dogs. So, I was like, oh, well, just, take like a quick little 15 and go to the snack machine and, grab you, something, And he was like, I don't have money for that.
Not for the snack machine, though.
Not for the. So I was like, oh, you're on a budget? Like, because that could be a thing. Or maybe you're dieting and you're trying to stay away
That's
from.
true. Like a budget. He could have it, but like he's saying no.
He's
I'm gonna need you to add all of that in there. Put a comma in the rest of that sentence. Please
Right.
don't put a period behind. I don't have money for the snack machine with the $1.50 crackers. Please add on to that.
But it wasn't an add-on.
Date cancel
For the snack machine. Period. No comma. So I said, and I spoke from the heart.
She said from the heart.
From the heart. And I said, like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I really feel like dating right now should not be a priority for you.
Okay.
I really think you should focus more on yourself and getting yourself to a level where you're comfortable instead of adding an additional stress of dating a woman. And because if you're already stressed out because you're barely making ends meet, why add on an additional stress?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I said all of that to say this. So I think like when we're talking about dating, a do is to like really do self inventory. Because think about the person that you would like to date and the qualities that you would like for that person to have. And don't you feel like that person deserves the same, if not more, in return? And it doesn't have to just be money. It could be emotional. It could be your spiritual.
It could be
like,
time, anything. Yeah.
It really could be anything. So yeah.
So let me ask you though. So to his defense, right? You said he's very creative. So can he still date maybe? And his dating may just not be the glamorous dinners. You know what I mean? He might not be.
So give us an example of this creative side. Because
she said he's very creative. You know what I mean? And maybe we've all been there. Maybe you caught him on the 10th or the 13th, and he just got 2 more days to the 15th. So I'm not trying to date you on the 10th or 15th. I mean 10th or 13th. I'm gonna wait for the 15th, and maybe it's in my budget, and we're not gonna do a Ruth Chris. We're gonna do the Applebee's. We're gonna do the, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna do a drive. Like we're just gonna drive.
Right. We could do that as well. Well, we could do that as well.
Because one of the ideas was, because I think it was like the summertime. So one of the ideas was, hey, let's go pick up some ice cream and go to the park.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. So there is a way around it.
Right.
And honestly, there may have been a woman who was like, that matters, more, right. And then we work out, the rest.
Right. Because me personally, it would mean more to me, just me, if he was more creative and he was to say, hey, we're going to go out and get some ice cream. Say it's a summertime. We're going to go get some ice cream. We're going to sit by the beach. We're going to watch these waves. We're going to watch this sunset. You know what I'm saying? Then you being in here being like, we're going to this so-and-so restaurant where the plate is $300 a plate. Like, bro, really? Do you know what I can do with $300? And you want to sit here and...
However, we love all of that creativity, but don't get creative with your hands, okay? So we're not saying take me, because I just had a flash. Don't take me to this beach, and I'm okay with your creativity, okay? Your non-monetary, okay, creativity, and we sitting out there, and now you trying to get creative with your hands.
But you get creative.
Okay? And what I'm not saying, fellas and women, because you have to clear everything up. I'm not saying take me.
Because women are aggressive.
Yeah. I got a tip. I got one. Here y'all go. Date without expecting something intimate in return.
Right.
Okay? Be okay with taking that woman out on a date or that man, okay? And you go on a date, but be okay with if you don't get that kiss at the end of the night.
Right.
Be okay if you don't get invited upstairs. Right. Okay. Be okay with that, because we have to, date with the intentions of you want to see them again, but not dating and paying for this meal so you can end up in their bed. Like this is 2022. We're ready to go in 2023. So the last tip I had, not the last, but it's kind of like ABC. Women, it's okay for a man to take you out to a nice restaurant and you owe him nothing besides thank you. Thank you. And next time on me, I'd rather for you pay for the second date than pay him by giving him your body that night. Now, listen, if that's something you want to do, then do it. I'm all for what you want to do, but stop thinking that you owe this man, and then stop thinking that you owe this woman an intimate night just because they pay for your food. Like, where does that come from? I'm gonna stop, because I get triggered when it comes to that. People thinking they supposed to get some butt behind a meal.
Where it comes from?
Now you want to work it off.
So me and Keisha were, because you've been locked down for a minute,
right? For a minute, for years.
Yeah, so you don't know what it's really like out here.
I remember.
But
we should really just kind of like blacken out her little screen right here. Like, why are you in this conversation? Things have changed over the 12 years. We don't do that no more.
Going on 13,
what Keisha and I have discussed, right? And we talked about, right? So we are in the Netflix and chill era. So actual dates are far and few in between, right? Because the first thing they want to do, male or female, I'm talking about men because that's my preference, okay?
Right.
Is, can I come over?
Yeah.
You just
Want to
met
come
me.
to your place.
Right. Like you just met me. Why are you in a rush to come over to my house? Right. And then
Right.
come over. Oh, you want to, I got Netflix. We can watch this movie. We can watch this movie. And because they're hoping, because it's happened before, that I'm going to go over to the house. I'm going to bring over, some chicken or whatever like this. We're going to watch this movie and then bam, bam, bam.
And I'm a massage her.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a
Ladies,
massage.
don't let them touch your feet.
Ladies, learn to rub your own body. Learn to wash your own back, lotion your own self.
Right. So
I've been single a minute, huh? I've been single a minute. What? Get back to the. I am flexible for me. For y'all take that wrong. For me. When I'm reaching around my body, I'm flexible.
For her. Not for nobody.
For me. Not for nobody else.
So
for you, I can't wrench it. My arm don't stretch that bar.
Not wrench it.
I can't wrench it. My arm don't stretch that bar. But for me, go get your arm. I'm back there. I got it.
Go ahead.
I got it.
Go ahead.
So basically, so what happens is that when they finally run into a woman or run into a man who actually is like, hey, I want to get to know you.
Right.
Let's not, go to my, they think you're crazy.
Right.
And then, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take you out. But I'm gonna get, because that's what they've gotten, prior to. And so I just think, Ebony, you are so right. Can we please take the expectation of sex off the table? Right. If you're truly dating, because listen, if you're just trying to say that.
Yeah.
But if you're truly interested in dating, can we please get to know each other? Can we really invest that time? And not pressuring somebody or getting mad. Like we're grown now. Right. So
I think that's the biggest part, really, of dating for me, anyway. Is say what it is. Say what it is. Say what it isn't. You know what I mean? Like up front. We too old for the beating around the bush. You know what I mean? Well, when I did this, I thought you knew that I meant like, well, did you say? You know what I'm saying? So if your end goal is, hey, if I take you out and I pay for this meal, then and depending on how y'all clicking, you might still go out. Who knows? Yeah. But you know that, hey, I'm paying for myself. Because if I let you pay for me, then you're expecting, you know what I'm saying? So I think like out the gate, just say what it is and we can save a lot of time. You know what I mean? We save a lot of time.
And I like that. And I would also suggest, especially, ladies, like safety is first. Yeah. So when we are out, especially if you don't know this person, like that, for safety reasons and to make sure that it is clear, like this is just a date. This ain't nothing else. I suggest driving yourself.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I teach my girls that.
Yeah. Drive or Uber or find someone who can, drop you off.
Yeah.
And also, especially if the conversation wasn't had that, hey, I'm going to take care, he's going to take care of it. Always bring enough.
Mm-hmm. Money for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always. Mm-hmm. Even if he said, oh, I got you, but you're kind of getting that vibe that if I let this man take my food, he's gonna I got it, split it. Mm-hmm. Cool. And that way, no problem, no questions, no.
So it's like, don't be out here ordering more than what you might have on your call, just in case you have to take care of yourself.
You know what? you know what? I'm so glad you said that. Ladies, just because he is taking you out a date, and men, fellas too, because this 2000, we're going 2023.
Right.
Time, you may meet a woman that's like, you know what, I got us, boo. I want to
Right.
take you out, right? Don't overdo it.
Right.
Okay. You know doggone well if you, because I've seen this before. I'm not gonna say her name because I think she's a viewer, but I've seen this before. Don't be out there with 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts. Don't do that, because I actually hooked the young lady up with the young man, and he called me and said, "You know what? I'm done." He told me this was years ago, but I know she's a viewer.
Find out.
And she's gonna know who she is when I say this part right here. I hooked her up with this man, and he called me after the date hot. I'm done.
Fish grease.
He never wanted to date again. He said, "I'm coming off. I'm done. I don't want to."
Yes.
He said, "Don't hook me up with nobody." I said, "What happened?"
Yes.
He got 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts, and then had the audacity to want to go to an ice cream shop and get a $10 banana split. No. I said, so. You know, so it's like, don't do that.
Don't take advantage.
Right.
Don't take advantage.
Right.
You know,
that was going to be my piggyback. Like spend his money or her money like you would spend your own.
That's
you know what I mean. So
how you would
just because we at this whatever, if you know you wouldn't pay $50 for this meal, don't have him or her pay $50. Right. You know what I mean, for this meal. Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of guy friends, right? So I hear from guys all the time that a lot of these ladies, look at Ebony, a lot of these ladies want free meals.
They do.
You know what I mean? And it's like, ladies, pay for your own stuff. Like, that is perfectly fine too if you go out on a date, especially if y'all are just getting to know each other. You haven't established anything. Right. On the first date, it is okay for you to pay for yourself. Like, he does not owe you because y'all are out here together. You know what I mean? Only thing he maybe owe you is a decent time, some decent conversation, a decent atmosphere, but he does not owe you necessarily dinner. I don't feel. You know what I mean? Anyway. Right. And actually, if we're not an item and we've actually made that commitment, if he don't ever pay for it when we go out, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Because I'm cool with it. If we haven't established something where we're not
gonna ever get to forever. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm saying if we are just friends. Like, we're just friend zone. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I don't want you to feel like I owe you anything. Or you feel like, well, we done went out 3-4 times and I didn't pay for you, da. You know what I'm saying? So if he doesn't, until we establish, because at the end of the day, if we go our separate ways and I said, I'm really not interested, I don't want him to feel like, well, dang, I done spent this, da. And that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? A lot.
Yeah, that's true.
And ladies go out because you are just going out for that free meal. You know what I mean? So if we decide to, like, we're talking, but if we're just friends, you know what I'm saying? And we haven't established, like, this is so and so. Like, if he pay for himself and I pay for myself, like, I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with it, and then I'm gonna let you go teach you with yours. I'm cool with it in the beginning, but if he like me, then he's not gonna pay for every day. I mean, pay for myself.
I'm not saying we done been out on like 10. And for real, to me, if we just friend zone, I don't like that word date. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't going on a date. We just 2 friends that we done went to the movies. And you pay for you, and I'm going to pay for me. Because I don't want to confuse, you know, what this is and what this isn't. I'm just a very clear cut, because I don't want you in the end to have no certain kind of feelings, no certain kind of way that we've gone out and we've been on these dates, as you call them. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't pay for it. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, like, we done gone out 10 times. Because by that time, then, like, okay, maybe we are feeling each other so and so and so. But, you know, like, the first maybe 2, 3, we just kind of get to know each other. And in my mind, like, we friends. You know what I'm saying? Okay, until we establish.
Special K is balling out of control. If you don't know, she gets.
It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with money.
We're not going out 2-3 times and I'm paying for myself unless I know I have definitely friend zoned you. Because
that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
It's not even a date.
That's what I said. It's not a date. I don't call every time we go out a date.
Today, this morning.
But that's what I'm saying. Everything is not a date. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be clear. Is this a date, or are we going out as friend? Like, you know, you didn't friend zone this man. You know this man is friend zone for you. Yeah. You know he friend zone.
We probably about talking on the phone. We probably won't go out too often. Go ahead, T. Go ahead, T.
I was going to say that because if a person has definitely expressed interest in you and you're like, nah, like this is just a friend, I'm not going anywhere, friend, not like, because I don't want, because even though you're telling that person like we are just friends, a lot of times because they feel a certain way about you, they oh la 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 la, and they won't hear you.
You know, I think you have to make sure you with somebody that's on that same level as you. Because at the end of the day, then you can get your feelings hurt. Because I'm gonna tell you, bro, I told you from jump, what this was and what this wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And you can kind of feel that vibe. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. So I'm not going to continue to go out with you. I know I didn't friend zone you, and you like, so when do we go to the altar? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like that, but you know that like, y'all are friends. You know what I'm saying? Y'all haven't really established that like that. Or y'all agreed that we'll just kind of get to know each other. Right.
Okay, now. I got one. Hold on, did I lose it? Oh, for those of you, and it's okay because I met the love of my life online as well. For those of you that are
don't work
online,
no more. I don't know though, because Tisha did too.
Yes, they're out there, good men, okay, and women.
No, they're few and low.
For those of you that are online, I don't suggest your first time meeting them being on this date. I say when you all meet in a well-lit area, meet in a crowd of people, and maybe at like a Starbucks for coffee. Me personally, I'm probably gonna meet them outside Target in the daylight. Right. I can see you. I get out my car. You got your car. We talk. But I'm just saying, you do want to carry further. Starbucks, somewhere for coffee, Barnes and Nobles, the library, anywhere besides a real date. I don't think the first time meeting the woman or the man. So this is a tip or a suggestion for the fellas and the women. Should not be your first date. Right. Don't allow that to be your first time meeting.
Yeah. Don't allow that to be your first time seeing each other.
That's what I mean. Don't allow that to be your first time seeing each other in person. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna meet at the Outback. You know what I'm saying? It's so
I'm saying even before you, so like maybe we are just meeting up at the Starbucks or at the Target or whatever. It's too much technology on our phone that we ain't video chatting.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. But
you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about in person. Definitely I agree with that too. Because you want to get all the nervousness
right.
So we can get on this date and really enjoy each other. You know what I mean? So go ahead, special case. We don't have that much time. Give us another one.
I don't know. We can go to Tisha. I didn't give out a couple.
Piggyback Ebony and make sure, like, okay, so of course you're going to do like your FaceTime, your Facebook chat in person but when you physically first time meeting them, please let someone know where you're going.
That's good.
Going to meet. Please.
Tisha is our safety patrol. Did somebody try to kidnap you? You had to fight for your life. She like send a smoke signal. Make sure you're SOS.
The goal at the end of the day for all of us,
return home safely.
Right, is to make it back home
for all of us, right? So I'm just trying to make sure we get back home. But
and these are tips for guys too.
Yeah,
somebody know where you at, bro.
Yeah,
and she's crazy.
Oh, here's a tip. Lord Jesus, I can't believe I was about to look.
Oh Lord.
Do y'all research, please. Okay.
That part.
It is too much social media, Google, Spokio, white pages for you to be out here, okay, not knowing, like all you know is dude first name. Why is that all you know?
Right.
Or his been criminals. Yes. White pages.
Right. You know. You're right. That's good.
Call me. Okay? Do because I'm gonna say this, and if she watch it, I mean that's my boo and I love her. But listen, right? So
Oh goodness, why y'all putting these people on blast out here?
They need to know.
but it's helping, right?
Yeah.
So here's the situation. Met somebody, right? Nice dude, nice conversation, whatever, right? So he was wanted to take her out. Fast forward. So it's after Thanksgiving. And so I was like, oh, have you heard from so and so? And she was like, nah, he didn't call me. And I actually haven't heard from him in a couple of days. We're supposed to be going out Saturday. So I don't know what's up, right? So I was like, didn't call you on a holiday. Okay. So I said, so when he usually calls you around, like, when is it? Like, what's happening? What time of day does he call you? And she was like, well, he usually talks to me when he's on his way to work. I said, because I know he's married. You didn't hear from him during the holiday, and the only time he picks up the phone to call you is when he is in transit.
Yeah.
And even if he's not married, there is a significant other.
Right?
Yes, there is.
So I was like, have you checked the social media? And she really was like, Tisha, like, because I'm extra. So she was like, girl, you always. I said, give me a minute. I prove I'm right. So I did my search. 10 minutes later, I found the wife. So we have to do our research. Because
don't ignore the signs.
Right.
For the research, just as you've spoken. And that's really good that you said, because you know what? This will save you time, ladies and gents, because like I really want to find all of this out. And I'm taking it. I want my friends and family to find all of this out, and my daughters, before they even waste their time. I don't care if he is paying for the meal. You don't want to be out there with that married man or that taken man.
Right.
So another thing that I would, we're going to have to do a show on just red flags.
Red flags.
Okay. Another one. If he or she suggests for this date, you and him live, or you and her, because we don't discriminate, y'all go live in Newport News. And the date, whether first, second, third, y'all go all the way to Richmond.
Right.
You've never ever tried a restaurant in your local area. That is, come on. So, okay, I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna give you one more. I'm gonna go, Keisha. You got it, especially you got to go another one, and then Keisha.
That was gonna be mine.
Okay,
that we're being in the area. That was gonna be one of mine.
But think of another one, because we got to go on the tips that we really want to make this worth their while, right? Another one. Be mindful of your gestures, ladies and gent, because women get turned on just like men, right? So, in fact, we had a little episode on the layers effect, and Keisha had tuned in. She was in the chat going off. Be mindful of your gestures. Like, make sure you're not doing extra things with your mouth. Don't put the whole spoon in your mouth, pulling it out. Don't be licking all on the utensils. They're not yours. They belong to them. It's COVID. So just to be mindful of your gestures. Be mindful of, like, if you go forward and your cleavage is out. Be mindful. Be mindful if you're wearing what you're wearing, how you're wearing it. If you go into that bathroom, just be mindful. Okay. So that's what I want to say. You eating that chicken? It's certain things that I just don't suggest. Okay, I don't suggest ice cream. I don't suggest chicken wings, because
don't put the whole wing in.
Don't put the whole wing in, bringing it out. I don't suggest, I don't even suggest mashed potatoes. I suggest baked potatoes, baked potato and fries for your first date. Okay, but real quick, 2 more. Come on, Special K, give us one more real quick. Come on, give us one more.
Don't poop where you eat. So office romances, church romances, all of that stuff. Like, you have to be clear, and once again, be honest with yourself. And if it's going to be a whole bunch of drama, a whole bunch of mess, like, listen, let that office romance, that church romance,
right.
Go ahead, Special K. What you got?
I know we've talked about, Tisha said, financially ready. And we've done a lot of joking on, like you said, how we eat, this and that, and do's and all. But like, to me, more than anything, make sure you're mentally ready to date. Make sure you're mentally
That should have been the
available.
first one, but go ahead.
Available
That's so
to date. You know what I mean? Because some people, a lot of people, they have this thing where people don't like to be alone. So I'm noticing a trend. Somebody, I don't know who came up with it, but the best way to get over somebody is, what they say, under somebody else. Like, look, that one is over.
Yeah.
Have time with you. Like, it's okay to be single. It's okay to take a breather and just be you before you jump into the next relationship. We know people that, like, say it's a girl. You've been with Rob. Like I'm Keisha, Special K. So, I'm with Rob, then after Rob, I'm with Tom, then after Tom, then I bring Rob over here with Tom, then after Tom over here with Jack. So I bring Rob, Tom over here with Jack. You know what I'm saying? And then when I get to the end, I'm like, what happened to Keisha in all of that? You know what I'm saying? So we so busy that we go from here to here to here that we lose a little bit of ourselves every time we jump somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I think to make sure you're mentally, emotionally, ready. Make sure you are you and you are comfortable and grounded in you. So when Jack come along, you don't be like, oh, I'm Keisha. This is what Keisha likes. This is what Keisha does not like. And if Jack does not get with that, then it's okay to let Jack go and find somebody else where Keisha can be all of Keisha in this relationship. You know what I mean? I don't have to be half Keisha and half him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that would be mine. Make sure you're mentally ready.
Listen, y'all, as you can see, we really, really, really enjoy this part. We enjoy the whole show, right? So we hope that today you have enjoyed another episode of the Chat and Chew with us three beautiful women, right? Check us out next week. We're going to start a 2-part series. The three of us, not together, but the three of us have just recently experienced. We told you all at the beginning of this premiere of this season that it's not just about restaurants. So we're going to switch things up, and we're going to give you all some reviews.
We do other things besides eat.
You said what?
We do other things besides eating.
Right. Okay. So we're going to give you all some feedback next week on the Carnival cruise. Okay.
Yes.
An opportunity on 2 different occasions to go out on a cruise with our families, and we're going to give y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly. We hope that you all have enjoyed this episode today. Stay tuned. We will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.